So today is day 3 out of 30. I have 2 for free today. I'm going to share with you another way that you can quote unquote season or train or do a little knowledge based dump with your ChatGPT so it can create content for you on a topic that you know nothing about. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go, just to prove this, I'm going to go here to Google Trends and try to see what's trending. Let's go back really quick. Trending searches and find something that I know nothing about. Let's see. Fargo shooting, Hurricane calendar next. Let's see. Most of this news is probably going to be bad news, sad news. So we're going to keep trying to scroll until we find a topic that we can write something about that I know nothing about. Okay, so here, Death Valley, the temperature hitting 130 degrees. Death Valley is expected to reach 130 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and type in what has been the historical temperatures for Death Valley, California, and then I'll pop the word article, right? And so right here, here's something from the National Weather Service. So it's given a lot of, well, not a lot, but some pretty decent information here regarding the history of Death Valley and the weather. Let's go to this one, Weather Underground. Let's see if we can find something interesting to try to write an article about. The observations, a lot of graphs and charts. We want content. So let's see. Past weather, Death Valley, climate, California breaks the all-time world heat. Let's click on this one. So this is more, I think, of an article. Yeah, so we'll grab this link. We'll come back to ChatGPT and we'll tell it, please write or please create me an article on the historical record-breaking temperatures for Death Valley, California. And you can use this link for reference. Also include ways to stay hydrated and cool and which areas are of most danger to tourists in Death Valley. Now that article doesn't cover all this, but I'm just adding that in there. I'm going to hit paste, let it run. So what it's going to do, it's going to go out there and take into account this URL and produce this article. And I don't have to know anything about Death Valley. All I have to know is, like, it's mentioned on the news and I want to write an article about it, and go out there and grab something as a point of reference and use it to quote unquote season or train. Another word besides seasoning and training and what was the other one? Knowledge base that I used in yesterday's video. Another word that you could think of is fine tuning. So if I wanted to continue on this article and expand and make it better, I can go ahead and continue to give it commands I should say, and say, look, this was a good article, but can you include more about this, or can you include more about that? And then it'll spit out another iteration. And then I can read that iteration, and if I like it, but it's still missing a few points on something that I also might have researched about Death Valley, then I could say, hey, can you go ahead and take a look at this article and also include bullet points from this article into my new article? And you can keep fine-tuning. So this is just another way to get it to write and produce better results for you, is by referencing content that's already out on the internet. Because yes, it was trained on existing data sets, if you will, that's out on the internet. But if you want to be more specific, point it to a URL. Or if you're paying for the ChatGPT 4 version, right now I ran this in 5, but if you're paying for the 4.0 version, then you can use the plugins and you can upload a specific PDF and it'll reference that PDF. Okay, so short tip for today. I think you'll like it. Start using it. I've used it a lot for, delving deep into like the scientific or medical benefits of sound healing. When I go to different medical sites or hospital sites that are implementing sound healing, I'll reference, their reports and their findings and things of that nature. Now, here is the bonus for today. I would not normally do this, but since it's out in public beta, I figured let's go ahead and share this with you guys so you guys can take advantage. So I'm going to share with you guys something called Claude.ai/chats, as Anthropic has now fully released Claude, which is their version of ChatGPT, into full public beta. And so many people have been coming back saying they like it much better than ChatGPT. It does things right out of the box that ChatGPT requires you to pay for, as well as to have the 4.0 version running with plugins in order to do some of these things. With Claude, you don't have to. They give you up to 75,000 tokens, which is like phenomenal. So we're going to log into our existing account. And remember, I always say, if you have a Gmail account, use your Gmail account because it makes it much easier to log in with. Now, once you're logged into Claude, before you get to this point, you have to answer a few questions. You have to like read their terms and agree to some of the terms, and they actually kind of put out a disclaimer saying some of this information cannot be correct and blah, 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 blah. So just agree to all that stuff, and then you can get to here. And this is what I was talking about. You can actually upload a PDF straight into Claude right here. It says add files, 5 max, 10 megabytes each, accepts PDF, text, CSVs, etc. So you can mix match up to 5 different documents about something that you want to write to, something that you want to be quote unquote an expert in. You can go out there and find 5 PDFs up to 5 with no more than 10 megabits each or megabytes each, and you can tell it to look at this and then create something based on the content within those PDFs. You don't need a paid account, and you don't need to load or install plugins for this. Claude is totally free right now, so if I were you, I would jump on it, start to use it. And like I said, a lot of people are saying that they like it much better than ChatGPT. And they give you examples here on how to use it. Summarize this PDF in a bullet point outline, so you can upload a PDF and it'll do a summary. You can have it help you practice your Spanish vocabulary, explain how this Python game works. So apparently Claude is a much better tool for a lot of people. At least that seems to be the sentiment right now. So jump on Claude. I know it's not related to ChatGPT, but it is another AI that you guys can start taking advantage of. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I think it's a valuable tip for you guys to start jumping in right now, because they're not charging. They may be reducing the token amount, but for right now you get 75,000 tokens. That is amazing for a free tool. Kudos to Anthropic for releasing this in public beta, so now everybody gets to use it. The one thing is you have to be either in the United States, in Europe I think it is, or the United States and Canada. I don't remember the second country, but I think it's Europe and the United States are the only ones that have access to this right now. So get to it. Use it. I hope you guys are starting to realize the potential of AI and how you can use it to start fleshing out ideas and putting together like business plans, or having it analyze data for you, or whatever the case may be. Even now with the new code interpreter, which ChatGPT released for ChatGPT 4.0, you can start writing code without needing to be a programmer. So I'm going to be doing another video tip on that maybe tomorrow or Monday on how to use code interpreter to develop a video game. All right, you guys, have a good one.